get it all ahead.
You probably had ice cream. And...
It's on. So, you know,
Well, I mean, Jeff didn't bring dinner. Wait.
say.
I didn't have ice cream. Who brought ice cream?
Jenny, I like your shirt. I literally was just at like one of those teenager stores, you know, like for teenage girls or whatever. But it was a mock turtle thing that I bought from my wife, and it has, so if this was sleeveless, it's like the same thing, but with the kind of the mock turtle. And she loved it. So I was like, oh, they scored some points there. Yeah. She's like, you got that for me? What's that? You should be. Well, trust you don't want to see. I've been Barbie, rollerblade Barbie.
I'm laughing so hard because I can only just imagine.
The one that dated the Joker, I can't remember. Harley Quinn. Always, I seem to have a thing for that actress.
Sorry, Mayor. I feel like I shut that in your face.
Who's Barbie in the movie? Pretty actress. Fine. Who's Harley Quinn?
Oh,
Better. A lot better. Margot Robbie. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
So
There you go.
Margot Robbie called me now. Says, what should I wear?
How are you?
I help her.
Good. What is he talking about? Okay, cool.
A little deep. Yeah.
He talks about girl stuff.
Yeah. Probably. She said it was her. Yeah, exactly. She said she wanted those underwear pics.
Yep. It'll be another.
Oh,
Oh, well.
anybody in this town is not surprised.
But I, you know,
Yeah.
That's right.
What?
Hit cancel, Paul, quick. You can actually hit the screen. Mm-hmm. Oh. It's a touch screen?
It's a.
It's just that I have trust issues with you. Like, yeah, just go up and keep pressing it.
I understand that.
Yeah, just keep hitting it. You almost got it. Gotta hit it with your head. Yeah.
Favorite is Shane.
I think I need a mic.
Good. Call the meeting to order. Tiffany, please take the roll.
Present.
Councilman Workla,
Present.
Councilman McCarthy,
Present.
Councilman Sanders,
Present.
Mayor Syke.
Present, let the record reflect, we do have a quorum for Tuesday, July 14th. Run down to public hearing establishing the miscellaneous golf fees. Would anybody like to get up and speak for or against these? Once? Going twice? Okay. Public hearing is closed. Got to run down to persons, a recognized person in the audience. Please limit comments to a maximum of 3 minutes. The purpose of this agenda item is to provide an opportunity for members of the public to address city council on matters that are not listed on the current agenda. and are within the subject matter jurisdiction and municipal purview of the city. Comments may not involve personnel matters, legal disputes, or private non-municipal affairs of the constituency. Comments regarding zoning or land use issues may only be made during properly noticed public hearings. Would anybody like to get up and speak for 3 minutes? Okay. We're going to run down the conflict of interest declaration. Has any councilman received information receiving pertaining to, otherwise had any contact with any person regarding any items on the city council agenda? If so, please set forth nature of contact. Okay, we'll run down the consent agenda. Council, is there anything from 1 to 14 that you need more clarification on? Ask question. Councilwoman Workala?
Yeah, this is just clarification for number 10 for the bills. Quick here. So on our bill run, underneath the library on page 16, under 9,000 line, contributions, private contributions is at 500. It does reflect that it's $1,120.26. I contacted Shasta and she said, she sent me an email, and this is just on record because what we're approving tonight isn't what is reflected, because they moved some money around, so they stayed underneath that $500 line. So according to Shasta, they ended up moving some of the monies that were for that special event that you had for the 250th. It was a grant that I paid for a public speaker to come in due to the over catering costs. You had to move some monies around. So to reflect that, you put $711.34 and then $250 underneath the grant line. And then now contributions for private line is only $118.66. So this is what we'll be voting on is this, what I just said. I know that was a lot of numbers I just put out, but if you need better clarification, Shasta showed up tonight too to explain it.
Council, I'll just send you what she sent me.
Mayor.
Councilman Harjo?
Yeah, I mean, so part of the Carnegie grant funding was that grant from the Carnegie Foundation, because we have an initial or one of the original Carnegie libraries next door here. So with that, library received that this year, and trying to expend what that funding is out of that line, and then the Idaho Humanities Council grant, taking $250 from that and applying it to those catering costs. The intent there was to leave those fully expend those grant funds as necessary, and then that left that $118.66 left to expend out of the contributions line.
Okay. And obviously everyone's getting that right now. So, all right. Anything else, council, 1 through 14?
Mayor,
Councilman McCarthy?
I have a question for clarification. I know we got a memo from staff regarding the tree removal. On the bill run, was curious though, under streets department, we have under 02431-24-05, $10,000 for phase 1 tree removal. I wanted to see if that's what the staff memo was.
Mayor,
Good, Tiff.
that's for removal off behind Silverstone. It was a right of way. There were trees damaging personal property and the right of way is ours. And so that is specifically to remove the trees so they wouldn't hinder any person's property any longer. So
Okay.
completely different. We
Doesn't
haven't
have it.
expended any funds for the memo in the packet.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. With that, council, do I have a motion to approve 1 through 14?
Mayor,
Councilman Harjo,
make a motion to approve the consent agenda as printed.
second.
Second.
Been motioned and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. Councilman Sanders?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Workla?
Aye.
Councilman Harjo?
Aye.
All right, we'll run down to old business. There was none. Run down to new business. Action item deliberation decision on resolution 21-26R miscellaneous golf fees. Council, what do you want to do?
Okay, Mayor,
Councilwoman Workla?
I'll get the conversation started. So before, the city did not have a club rental or golf lesson packages because that was underneath the former pro. Then when the city voted to take it on as a city entity for the pro position and for the pro shop, the city had to come up with a proposed new fees for club rentals and for golf lessons for junior, and then also the simulator. I guess I understand for the club rental, I understand for the lessons. The simulator, can we have some clarification on that? Do we have an active simulator right now? So why, I guess, is this fee on there for that?
Just try, my personal guesstimation is just if we ever to get those, the simulator in the future.
When we did our budget session, we didn't approve a simulator, so wouldn't that resolution come back if we ever did then decide to get a simulator?
Well, you guys,
Mayor,
Councilman McCarthy.
I'm I think in the same mind as Councilwoman Workla, that I don't understand why we have the golf simulator fees on there proposed when we haven't necessarily approved or even have the equipment on there. So again, I understand the club rentals and the lessons, but the simulator I feel is a little bit premature.
Copy that. What do you guys want to do with the resolution?
Mayor,
Councilwoman Workla?
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 21-2026 R miscellaneous golf fees, but exclude the simulator proposed fees.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. Councilman Harjo?
Aye.
Councilwoman Workla?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilman Sanders? Aye. Run down to new business, action item deliberation decision on water rate study and expending funds from the FY26 contingency. Council, what do you want to do?
Mayor,
Councilman Harjo?
this is one that we talked about during the budget process. We discussed getting that ball rolling from the FY26 contingency. Seems that we were all fairly in agreement that that was a necessary next step for the city in terms of water rates. Make a motion to approve a water rate study expending funds from FY26 contingency.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion?
Yes.
Councilwoman Workla?
So I also approve this, but I want to make it clear to the public that the reason why we're doing it within this fiscal year and not within the next fiscal year is because January of every year, the city looks at a potential water rate increase percentage, and this study will help us determine if that needs to happen or not, and at a more accurate a percentage number. So that's why we are tonight saying we're going to pull it out of contingency funds out of this budget so we can get that study back in time before when we review this in January of 2027.
All right, it's been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilwoman Workla?
Aye.
Councilman Harjo?
Aye.
Councilman Sanders? Aye. Run down to action item number 3 in new business, deliberation decision on golf course pump house project and expediting funds from the FY 26 contingency. Council, what do you want to do?
Mayor,
Councilman McCarthy?
I didn't see anything in the pack. And did Jake get any more quotes?
I didn't see any more.
I didn't see any more either.
Mayor.
Councilwoman Workla?
I did talk to Jake yesterday and he said that, it should be less, I think the discussion was it should be less than 20,000, right? I think that was what he put out. I didn't ask, or think to ask if he got any more quotes. I don't mind if we get him on the line and see.
Mayor.
Go ahead, Dee.
Jake's currently with his family, so I don't know if it can wait until the 28th. I know he took the afternoon to watch his kids compete at 4-H.
I think the only quote that he got was the 18.5 or something, 19,000, right?
I remember, Mayor.
Councilman?
And I remember when during discussions of budget that he had agreed to bring some more quotes and that to it. So it would be
You wanna
nice to
hold
see.
on?
That'd be great.
You want to make a motion to table this until the
Mayor,
Councilman McCarthy?
I will make a motion to table action item number 3, deliberation decision on golf course pump house project and expending funds from FY 2026 contingency to being brought back at the next city council meeting on July 28th with the information on the additional quotes.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. Councilwoman Workla?
Aye.
Councilman Sanders?
Aye.
Councilman McCarthy?
Aye.
Councilman Harjo?
Aye.
Run down to new business action item number 4, deliberation decision on the FY 27 budget request for community donation golf rounds. Council?
Mayor.
Councilman Harjo?
Paula, thanks for the memo and the reminder about this, including this in FY 26-27 budget. This is something that the course has done for many years, in my understanding. Giving rounds of golf, 1 round of golf for 1 person as auction prizes and so on. I don't anticipate, just based on the memo, that there would be any increase to that. There are no current appropriations for that purpose, so if we're to continue, we need to allocate some funds for that.
Councilwoman Workla?
Can you get examples of what you used them for? I know it says community fundraisers and such, but can you give me examples in the past what you used it for?
These are the golf rounds that come in. Usually they're requested by like charities. They'll come in, hey, Kate, can you give us a couple of rounds of is it one? I think it's 1 person golf rounds. Actually the base does a few, but I think all of them are all usually not-for-profit organizations that come in and ask for them.
Have you, as long as there was funding available, have you always awarded it? Is it based off first come, first serve? How does that work?
Yeah. First come, first serve.
Have you always used the amounts that was budgeted for it?
Not 100% of it, no. Well, I should know. Okay. That's the boss over here.
Has it always been at 1,675? What was it prior? Sorry, I just thought of it.
I don't have the exact number for the prior years. I know it was increased to accommodate for the women's league request, where they come in and ask for the season pass donation.
If either one of you have the shared budget folder, it's in there. The other thing to take into consideration is if the rate for the rounds increases, we minus that out of the tracker. So it may stay at $1,600, but if you increase the rate mid-year for round of golf, then that adjusts how many you end up donating.
Does that include the one donated pass out of that? Or that has a separate line, right? That's all in
It
one.
includes the one donated pass, and it's a tracking mechanism for the auditors because we have to also, you track the round, but also sales tax. So if your round's $35, what portion of that is sales tax? So we track both.
Mayor,
Councilman Harjo?
looking at the budget worksheet, sorry, scroll back here, starting 22-23 budget, the actual expenditure was 1323. The following year was 1206. The year after that was only 748. And currently expended at 890.36 from the current.
The one free pass was included somewhere else. Was it in that same year or in the same line?
We had to do it twice
Oh, that's right. That's right.
because they didn't come and collect it.
That's right. That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
now we had to change the process and how they receive that.
That's right.
Copy that. You're right.
Mayor.
Councilman McCarthy?
Back from our budget session, looks like June report, you had expended $1,238.58 as of then, so. To what Councilman Harjo pointed out on the spreadsheet, looks like you're on track for that 1675, so. And those are just rounds of golf, they're not actual season passes. Okay.
There's only one season pass, and that was grandfathered in by, I'm gonna say prior councils, that they're the only ones that get one, and that goes to the Ladies Association to auction off for their, which don't they donate the money back to the golf course?
Okay.
So typically, right?
Mayor,
Councilman Harjo.
make a motion to approve the request for community donation golf rounds in the amount of $1,675.
Do I have a second? Second. It's been motioned and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. Councilman Sanders? Aye. Councilman Harjo?
Aye.
Councilwoman Workla?
Thinking. Come back to me.
Councilman McCarthy?
I'll vote aye on this one.
Councilwoman Workla?
I know I missed my time for discussion, but just for clarification, it says carries no monetary or cash value, but you're still using.
Nepal, it's time to track it.
Right, and it states that you couldn't get a gift or you couldn't get this and then go in and say, I'm gonna cash this in for $35. It doesn't work that way.
Aye.
I'm down to final comments. Council, what do you got?
Mr. Mayor,
Councilman Sanders.
I have been reading with great care recent RFP that was put out for the 10th Street project. I understand, I'm sorry I wasn't able to make the pre-bid conference yesterday. But I would like to see the questions that were received from the contractors and the city's responses during that brief, please.
So I can get to you those easily. The only questions that came up were what the start time was expected to be. Other than that, it was all pretty well laid out.
I'll look forward to your
Okay,
response.
yep, I'll get it to you tomorrow.
Councilwoman Workla?
Can you remind everyone when the public hearing will be for the bulk water usage?
This public hearing. 28th?
So the next meeting.
Thought that's what,
I just want the community to know that because there's been some query about it, and if they want to come and speak on that, but
I know.
I know you don't want to.
I don't know if it'll be the 28th. It will probably be the first meeting in August.
And meet the
Because some
posting.
of the number, to be very honest, the water rate in it was the discussion that got denied. And so now that resolution wasn't accurate
Mhm.
in what you guys have spoke about. So there needs to be some clarity again back to it on factual numbers.
So,
So the only thing that was discussed was bulk very in-depthly
mhm.
and not the current water rate.
To my Mayor,
Go ahead.
to my understanding is that the water rate was not going to be not addressed until after this study, right? And then just going to address the bulk usage only on that resolution. And then I thought you said that when it comes back to us, the water rate will be on there, but it's not going to increase, just for everyone to know that it'll still be on there because it's like underneath one resolution. So it's just the bulk. And then Jeff said for all of us to get his ideas to him on what language we want on the bulk water rate. I just want you guys to know that I am waiting. I did email Jeff and I said I'm waiting to hear what public input is first before I start throwing out my opinion on stuff on that. I do, actually, I won't discuss on it more because it's not an action item, but yeah, so, okay. So maybe,
Ah, okay. Then I'll set a public hearing. I guess I don't know what number to put to a public hearing. If there was no number given to notice as a fee
That's right.
in the meeting, there was no fee number given to me. But you want to do a public hearing to hear input when none of the fees posed to change. So I'm
Mayor.
confused.
Councilman Harjo.
Perhaps maybe that's the aspect that we can tackle at the next meeting on it. The item is to discuss the fees that we would set for those. The meeting minutes reflect that A and C on that would stay the same, which was the intent of the council, and that bulk only would be addressed in the new resolution, but there was a lot of circular discussion around all those. I think maybe having a action item to set that and then create the public hearing there afterwards.
so Mayor,
Are you done?
Yeah.
Sorry. Councilman Harjo, sorry, go ahead.
I wrote down, sorry, per our meeting on June 23rd, there was a number for the bulk rate increase. And I wrote down, what was being proposed on there was gonna go up 736%. That's why it called for a public meeting, because it's more than the 5%. So there was numbers on there.
Mayor.
Councilman Harjo.
I agree, that was what was presented, but in the conversation that we had, there was not an appetite to undertake that number in and of itself, was my understanding leaving that meeting.
I don't think there was an action item, and I think that was the reason why we couldn't.
Well, the resolution number was, I think, a year off as
Right.
well, so
That's-
we got a couple things to
Let's
tweak on
bring it
that, but
back.
to have a legitimate council discussion on that.
Put a concrete number to it.
Agree.
So bring it back, council, next meeting for a concrete number so Tiff can do a public hearing. Okay. All right,
I have one more thing.
go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, and then Paula, thank you for your staff notes, that you gave us, treasurer staff report. Because we need to pick an option on this credit card fee adjustment price. Doesn't that need to go back?
Well,
Oh, okay. So will that be on the next meeting?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had.
Councilman Murphy.
Let's see, wanted to see what progress. I know during budget, we talked about having a meeting with the county commissioners, especially since our dispatch agreement. So I wanted to see if we've had any updates on that or try and push an actual joint meeting. I did, but I wanted to see if you had any progress updates on that, Mayor.
I've been gone, had some surgery, so I haven't had any updates with them, but I can reach out to them and see if we can get some scheduled sooner than later.
And then last thing I had, Chris, are we anywhere with ITD with a workshop with them?
Not reached out. They have not got back to me. I will reach out again tomorrow
Can I ask who you spoke to?
to Vincent.
Vincent? Didn't
So I've
speak
been
with,
emailing. Yep.
didn't speak with Kendra or,
Mhm. Vincent's who I've been talking to. He's the one that came and had the initial meeting with us a couple of weeks ago.
okay, but nothing of District Three's engineer,
Mhm.
Mark Valquez.
No, but I, no,
Okay. I'm not sure if you saw, there's some concerns with funding when it comes to ITD, major,
a lot of concerns with
yep,
funding.
especially with District Three.
Yep.
And so that, and I also, which I'll share with this council through Mayor, and I'll share with you, have a prior email with Kendra, who is the development service under District Three, that had relayed some of the concerns with the American Legion and 14th that District Three has talked about when it
Mhm.
comes to either the Hawk or looking at a full light, and that they're mostly interested in a traffic study. So didn't know what with progress on that. So,
Okay, I'll follow up.
but I can reach out and talk with you on that too. But I just want to bring that back, that I'd like to see those workshops with the county commissioners and ITD sooner rather than later. I'm hoping that we can get something probably in August.
Meeting adjourned. It's a record.
The speakers are weird because you all have pushed them away from